Ominous music. Horse brand? Alright. She said she lived at 218 First Avenue. This first piece of evidence we were given is First Avenue. And I still don't know what the deal with this exact photo is because it's taken from the sidewalk. My current thought is the house is to the left, as in they walked out to the curb and just snapped a photo that way. But if so, then the house is completely not in view. And if the neighbor, if she was the neighbor that was a witness, then it would be either the house over there or on the other side. And not like anything to do with these houses. I can't help but feel like this one becomes relevant for some reason. But I could be completely wrong. Because this is the actual house where the murder happened. There's no number, like a street number, or you know, the house number is not present. But this is also like, we're only watching videos and searching terms. We're not actually piecing things together, I don't think, with like some of the other games were. Anyways, enough babbling. Let Ruth babbled for us.
Could you just give us a quick rundown of what happened yesterday?
Now, you asked me what happened yesterday morning already. You see, I've done this a few times. I called and spoke with Kaylee at your offices here, like they told me to.
Kaylee?
I gave her all of the details. Not to mention your colleague at my house before that, whose name escapes me. He tread on my daffodils. I think you need to get your ducks in order down here. What sort of an office are you running here?
Okay, Karen.
This is a police station, ma'am. Now, would you mind just explaining it all to us one more time, for the record?
Oh, all right. Okay, now, it must have been about 8 a.m. No, 9 a.m. Thereabouts. When Ken and I went out for our usual walk.
Ken.
You don't know Ken. Ken's my dog.
Oh.
A basset hound. We like to go on the same route around the neighborhood every day. Sometimes he likes to go too much, and I have to tell him, no, Ken, it's not time to go yet, not yet. No, we just went. I've had many dogs, but he is so pushy. He doesn't understand that I don't like to walk so much.
There was a dead dog.
Why don't we just focus on yesterday morning to start when you left your house, walked down the street.
I was just getting to that, Detective. It's not polite to interrupt people. Michael.
Karen, come on.
Yes, I know your name, Michael.
It's
Which is so
Mikhail.
rudely admitted. You and that Lieutenant Colton. I've known your families ever since you were little. You see, I've lived here my whole life. I knew your parents. What would they say about your manners now?
Look, we've got a house full of murdered young people, and we need to give their families some answers as soon as possible. And we've got a window that's fast closing before the media and assorted kooks descend on us like locusts.
Ah, yes. We can't have that. Our little town's got a reputation to uphold.
Okay. How long would you say your walks last?
About 30 minutes.
And you say you saw a man near the
9
house,
to 9:30.
right?
Like, that whole video could be condensed down to that last sentence. Oops, no. Dog, or actually Ken become a dog. Because there was the dead dog. What if the dead dog just so happened to be Ken? Hmm? Maybe, maybe not. You never know with these animal kooks and spiritual occultists and stuff. You gotta sometimes think outside of the lines and preferably out of the box.
You want to know what I saw yesterday? Okay. It was 9 a.m. or thereabouts, maybe a little before. Ken and I left the house. We went up to Seaview, over to 2nd Avenue, and down Still Point, and then back to First, like we do every day. Oh, Ken does keep me young.
No, he doesn't.
I was surprised by his energy. So, we came down First. It's only really a block or two back to ours. And we saw the house, 221, where the incident occurred. We saw the damage and the young man. And that was largely the extent of it. Now, what else can I help you with?
Oh, wait, so she's not a necessarily neighbor. Rather, the house was 221 and she said she lived on 228. She only saw it because she was happening to be on a walk with her spiritual energy animal. Who knows? That energy might be something.
Okay, talk us through this a bit slower. So you're out walking your dog, south on First. Now, same side of the street on the sidewalk as the house?
Yes.
And what made you look at the house?
I don't know, really. Actually, no, I didn't look at the house.
You didn't look at the house?
No, it was Ken who looked first.
Your dog?
Correct.
The dog did it.
Oh. Okay, so your dog looks, any particular reason why? Was there a noise or?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. So.
We need to find a dog whisperer.
What's going on at the house? What do you see?
I saw a very messy yard. And to be honest, a very messy house.
Yep.
Very unkempt, shameful.
And like you.
Now, when Mr. and Mrs. Morgan lived there originally, it was beautiful.
Morgan was the previous owner.
Not Craig and his daughter, but his parents.
Okay, this is irrelevant.
It was wonderfully kept. Fresh flowers, fresh paint, fresh...
A dog whisperer.
Let's just stick to yesterday.
Wait a minute, What was that?
You see anything else?
Okay, just regular. For a moment, I thought I saw something else.
Let's just stick to yesterday. So, you see anything else? A man, perhaps?
Oh, yes. The young man in the hat. Walking around to the side of the house towards the back. Damage to the front door. A face in the window. Yes. Towards the house.
I really wish this didn't cut over the subtitles. The young man in the hat walking around to the side of the house towards the back. Okay.
Towards the back. Damage to the front door. A face in the window. Yes, I remember it well.
There's a face in the window.
I thought it was odd and went home. A few minutes later, I called.
I'm sorry. You saw a face in the window, as well as Caleb? The man in the hat?
Is that his name?
Cat in the hat. That's why the dog was interested.
9 a.m.?
Thereabouts.
We have the victims listed by the coroner as all being in their locations for several hours, including Heather, right? So somebody else was walking around the house at 9 a.m. Any idea what they were doing?
I don't know, Detective. All I can tell you is that I saw a face. At least, I think it was a face.
Well, actually, your call came in at 9:22 a.m. actually. Do your walks usually take 20 minutes?
She said 30.
Wow, you're a fast walker.
She is young.
I'm a very fast walker. Don't forget that I own a small store as well. I have to hurry to open it every morning at 10.
So she opens her store at 10, typically goes on a walk around 9. If it was at 9, then yeah, the walk would have been about 9:30 over, but she didn't give an exact time. It's thereabouts. Let me write some of this down. Face in the window. The hat. I think the Morgan and Craig thing is probably going to be irrelevant. And another thing that's kind of bugging me is the blood types. Because, like, for example, can we somehow find out the blood type of the survivor, Heather, in the hospital? My money is saying, I bet you anything Heather is AB negative. Okay, so right now, we have a number of different potential directions to go. Actually, let me take a look at that picture of the house. So this is what it would look like from the sidewalk. I would guess that if she saw a face in the window, was it this window? Or is it that window? And what's going on with... like, is this a reflection? Or is this the inside of the house? Because it looks unusually colored. Like, it doesn't really feel like a room. It almost looks like a reflection of the front of a house type of thing. But if she saw him walking to the back, that whole left side is bushes, so I don't think she would be able to see that. And this is where it starts feeling interesting to me, because there's a wall right here. Is there a gap here? Like, is that a pool back there? Or maybe he's already on the other side. She didn't say he was crawling or climbing or anything like that. But maybe he has a thing there, but maybe it's plausible that she could have seen him walking. But then she would have seen a face here, potentially. Do we investigate further with the face? Or the dog? I'm gonna lean towards the face. Because maybe what she saw was somebody just drawing on the dust. You know, like if you have a friend who has a dirty car, you just kind of like smudging, like, wash me on the windshield. No, because I think the fact that she had a dog and stuff might be... Actually, hold on. Let me add one more note. I'm just gonna walk fast or something along those lines to jog my memory. Because the timestamps are somewhere in the right ballpark, but not quite as accurate as an investigation would desire. But she could have simply gone on her walk sooner, like 10 minutes to 9 or something like that. For the moment, let us investigate the face. That gives us 3 new videos here. Oh yeah, babe.
The face looked rather pale. Sad looking.
Is it a reflection of your face in the mirror? Is that what you saw?
Possibly young. It was only for a second. I was far away though and didn't get a good look. Didn't want to stare and be rude.
Yeah, that'd be rude.
Did they see you?
I think so. Actually,
Wait, what was the question? No,
I think so.
did they
See you?
Okay,
so.
they see you.
Actually, no, I'm not sure. They didn't move much.
And which window was this?
It was upstairs.
Oh, upstairs.
The front bedroom, I think.
Oh, it was female then. Or a male?
Or
You
transgender?
can never tell for sure these days.
Who knows?
Female, I think. Fair in their complexion.
Like you?
Wait. No. Perhaps a male.
Perhaps it was a Capricorn.
All right, so, anything else about them that we should know? How about their hair color? Their hair length?
Long white.
Were they wearing anything that you remember?
I didn't see. Don't think they were wearing anything in particular out of the ordinary. Long hair.
Well, she knows
yes.
what ordinary looks
Not
like.
sure what color.
White.
What was odd was that they weren't moving. Rather
Wait, what?
stagnant.
Wait. What?
Odd was that they ordinary. Long hair, yes.
Long hair.
Not sure what color.
Not sure what color.
What was odd was that they weren't moving. Rather stagnant. a long gaze. Then that boy in the purple wool hat and the black shirt, he walked around to the side. Now, he looked homeless, confused. When I looked back up to the window, that face was gone.
Dun, dun, dun. I would already be wondering about her eyesight, too. It could just be a red herring, but... which room is the living room? We have the blueprints, right? This is the front porch. Oh, can't see the top floor, though. Like, would the living room be on this side upstairs? I mean, it could have just been like a mannequin or... It does rule out one thing. If it was this window, because part of the reason I was looking at it is I think this isn't a window looking through. It's reflecting probably the house across the street or something like that, maybe. Or it almost looks as if it was reflecting this, or maybe it was just a bad Photoshop job or something. Because it's not the white curtains that were mentioned. But if this was reflective enough, then you may have seen yourself. She did say pale, long hair, not sure what color. If it was this window, maybe she simply saw herself in that split moment, just like, oh, I saw something, like a cat that doesn't know how reflections work. But that would not happen if it's like any of the upstairs windows. Because maybe this is the living room. I know the lieutenant did describe the house, but I'm not going to go back and watch that. It's not going to be important enough. Oh, I love it when I can just sit back and just ramble thoughts about the idea. When I don't have all the clues necessary to actually... I love the speculation. The what if. And for the record, there's, I think, 5 suspects, if I read the Steam page correctly. And I just noticed these circles look like progress bars. Like it's slowly filling up like a Pac-Man shape. So we've seen, if that's the case, at least more than half of his videos. We've seen roughly half of Colton's. Maybe a quarter of Ruth's. But yeah, I think at the end you do get to make somebody make an accusation on someone.
I think we'll have to ask you to work with our team and try to come up with a sketch of the face you saw in the window.
Oh, hell yeah.
If you don't mind. Do you think you can do that?
Yes,
That'll
of
go
course.
great.
I don't mind.
Use a Ouija
I'm
board.
happy to assist. I'm not sure I'll be able to remember all of the details, but I'll do my best. They seemed familiar.
You look like a man.
Thanks. We'll do that after our session here.
Oh, did it give me the sketch? I don't have to search for it. Wait, is this... Didn't she say it was a male? Or did she change her mind again? Because this looks, I think, like a female for me. And dudes don't have long hair. It's just not a thing. Right? Let's zoom in. Enhance. Enhance, damn it. Okay, so right now this does not look all that useful to me. Wait a minute. Yeah, they all look like people. Whoops. I was about to say it was him. I still remember the meme of the, it was like a Fox News anchor, and there was a concept drawing sketch up on the side that looked really similar to him. It was just... So it can't possibly be him. One, he was walking to the side of the house. And he's also got the whole facial hair thing. Yeah, dudes don't have long hair. I don't know if this will be useful, but... Well, actually, it is potentially useful, the long hair part. Like, she's got long hair. She's got braids in this photo, but that may... And, like, this wasn't taken the day of the crime or something. These are just family photos or some shit pulled out of Facebook. So if she saw one of the victims looking out the window, it could be either of them. And the fact that this one had a braided thing might have been like, oh, I don't know, because it sounds as if it could be her more likely, just because she has blonde hair. Or no, she said long hair, not blonde hair. She didn't know what color. I don't know why I'm overthinking this part, because... Let's keep going. I'm invested.
Now, we have a couple of photos that we want to show you.
Ooh, nudes.
They're of different men from the area. And would you be able to circle the photo of the man that you think you saw near the house?
Yeah, don't use a pen. Use the force.
Okay.
Or like that triangle
Right,
piece on a
thanks,
Ouija
thanks.
board.
That's really, really helpful. Now, are you sure that this is the one?
She looks sure to me.
And you've never seen him before?
No, never.
Anything else that you can tell us? Have you
Wait
noticed?
a minute.
And you've
Look at her eyes.
never seen him before?
Shift,
No,
shift,
never.
shift. It zoomed in. Did you see that?
You've never seen him before.
Shifty
never.
eyes.
Anything else that you can tell us? Have you noticed anything odd at the house before this?
No. The stand's empty most of the time when Craig and his family aren't in town. They live in the city. The neighborhood's changed a lot over the years. People come and go, the renters, the vacationers. But the houses stay the same. The houses have an interesting history. The whole town and area does. It's a shame when out-of-towners don't respect our values.
Yeah, and then I have to ask to see their manager and then give them a bunch of shit about it. Like, nobody wants you here. Go back to your planet. Let's add these. We had Craig. I'm actually referencing Anime's earlier thing since very useful. Morgan. So these were like past people's history. She did say there's history or something or other. Just adding in some keywords that may prove useful. Got a message. Just a heads up that Ruth positively identifies Caleb on the suspect. Can I just have that evidence? Caleb on the suspect sheet at this point in her interview, still talking to the IT nerds to sort out the bugs with the database for you. We'll send an update when I can. Come on, Captain, you're busting my balls here. Identify. I'm actually curious in continuing that pursuit for a moment. Just let me see if any of these pop new results with Ruth and then, no. Oh, I already looked identify. We did look face. Just say hair really quick. Nope. Window. Nope. Window. Dildo? Like inside, as in side of the house? Or it might actually be Walker walking in relation to that, as well as her own thing. So let's walk. Affair? Nah, we're not gonna... I'm not here to meddle in people's affairs. Or, well, okay, maybe I am, but... It's go time.
My alibi? I'm not sure why you would need that. Actually, that's a bit rude. Where was I last night? I'll tell you.
Summoning Satan.
I was at home, sleeping, alone with Ken at my feet, our usual time, 9 p.m.
And slept the whole night through.
Yep.
Never left or got up for any
I got up to
reason.
pee like 7 times,
And
but
you never heard anything. Like windows shattering down the street.
No. And then we woke at our usual time, 6 a.m., and had some tea, tended to the garden. No.
just old people
It's
stuff.
nice to see the neighborhood wake up. Then I had a little read, walked along with Ken and went to my store. I'm reading that 50 Shades book.
She looks pretty evil in that. 50 Shades. Yeah, like, oh la la. It was so great. You mind if I spoil the ending for you, officers? I want to know if there's more to the alibi. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's pull some information on his alibi, because I still don't understand necessarily why he's a suspect. Like, she makes sense that she becomes a suspect just because she's the one that I think called it in, and she was basically present in front of the house roughly in the same time when it was happening. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to call it in, right? So, she may not be guilty, but fair enough that she might need to have an alibi, etc., etc. You, on the other hand, I don't quite get. He was the first. Actually, here's the suspicious part. He did mention that he specifically requested to be put on the case, which was granted. That's usually a pretty big flag, like a red flag for something doth be going on here. What's your motives? Actually, I'm gonna add motive to the list too.
Where was I? Well, since when did I become a suspect?
Since now.
Well, I just think it's better to get this all down on paper while you're here.
Yeah, and you will
At
cooperate.
this point, I feel like anybody could be a suspect. Might as well chase down all possible
I did
leads.
it.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I'm a suspect, right?
I'll remind you, however, that I said I never met these kids. I wanted to hear to give my deposition, and I'm not a suspect. But I'll entertain your question. Since I'm under oath, and I honor my duties as a law enforcement professional.
Well, aren't you
Last night I was at
special?
home, in bed after a long day.
Alone, right?
Yeah, masturbating.
You're not married, correct? Realized all this time we've been on the force together, I don't know much about your home life. You know, I've got 2 kids, and I'm
Ooh,
married.
sorry
You never
to hear
wanted
that.
Settle down, I guess?
I was married once. Briefly. But no, I suppose I never really found the right woman. I was too focused on my work.
How about Ruth?
The hours here just don't allow for much of a social life. I like to keep it
She
routine.
seems available.
There aren't many eligible women here I like in town anyway. And to answer your question, of course, I was alone.
Just me and my videos I downloaded off the internet. Call that my me time.
Well, I guess the follow-up that we're trained to ask is, can anybody corroborate that you were alone last night?
If you're implying that I might be lying about being home, then I suppose you could go to the phone company and triangulate my cell phone signal that night. I was home. Don't think anyone saw me come home, and I didn't talk to anyone, so no.
No, it's okay. Just going down the list of things I need to cross off.
Oh, I also sent an email to my brother in Connecticut right before I went to bed
Connecticut.
from my house.
When was that?
11 or 12.
PM?
Okay, well, we will have to double check on that, and we will get those phone records so that we can cross you off the list of potential suspects.
Sure.
He doesn't seem very
What
happy.
was the long day you had?
I just had a lot of errands to run around town.
Patrol stuff?
Yeah, patrol stuff.
We don't have you listed as responding to any calls. Anything noteworthy happen? Not that we get many, but did anything noteworthy happen?
Not really, no.
Just busy?
Yeah.
Is he running a patrol? see if we got anything for phone. Can we triangulate? No. I'm just gonna type in duty, but patrol's the next. Kind of interested in Ruth. So hopefully we get more of this, because she's adding a nice bit of variables to this. And it's nice to have a female face instead of all this sausage.
My day yesterday was pretty routine. I checked in here at my normal time, looked over some emails and reports, and then checked out the patrol car. Probably around 11. Got out on the road like normal. Drugstore called in some vandalism, which I confirmed. Miss Hopkins reported her cat missing again, which turned out to be behind her house. And then I spent some time trying to catch speeders coming into town.
Catch any?
Nah, slow day.
Anything else?
Nope, that was pretty much it.
The drugstore? Oh shit. Is it vandalism or vandalism? Fucking don't know. They both look wrong to me. Hopkins. Alright, let's go off the email. We've got a result.
So we just got email records and phone records from your house and theirs. Your alibi checks out. Looks like you did email your brother the night of the crime.
Good work.
Although that can be faked.
Duh.
But I'll cross you off the list here.
I mean, you can send an email through your phone.
If my pen works.
Not sure what you're crossing off since the list is digital, but here, use mine.
God, the hell was that? Got shocked.
You okay there?
He's the one with the electric
Oh,
superpowers.
it felt a little funny. Almost like electric shock.
Weird.
I just hope it's safe in here with all the faulty wiring and whatnot. It went through the table.
Okay. Interesting. So this whole electrical storm thing might actually play a bigger role than we would have suspected traditionally. And the way he gave it to him,
So we just got email
as if he already knew.
The list is digital.
Like he's fidgeting a lot, so maybe he's building up a static charge.
God, the hell was that?
He
Got
didn't even
shocked.
react.
You okay there?
I'm not
Oh,
even
it felt a little
surprised.
funny. Almost like
It's as if he knew it was going to happen, and he's being a bit, what's the term? Because I behave that way too, like emotionless and pompous. It's kind of like if I stabbed you in the neck and I said, what's the matter? Why is there so much blood coming out of your neck, buddy? That kind of thing. That's what I'm getting vibes out of this dude with. Maybe arrogant. But it's kind of like reactionless. Oh, we got a lot of... Guess we had... Still working the IT nerds. Kaylee. Hey guys, it's Kaylee. How's it going? XOXO. Hope your investigation's going good. Andy in IT wants to connect right now. She's got an update for you. Is it okay if we log on? Sure. Go ahead. Put him blue. So this is Andy. He's wearing a beanie. He was the tech support guy that works for the PD. He's IT. He knows the electrical system, right? At least how the wiring in the building works. He's probably fine. Hey everyone, so I wanted to give you an update on the technical errors you've been experiencing. We're talking to the third-party vendor, looking after the servers, and they're seeing the traffic initiate from our side, but for some reason the requests aren't going through all the way on theirs. They're working on it now. I'll provide another update shortly. I'm feeling as if this sounds like it's going in the cover-up territory, and it was some kind of inside job in the PD. It just, with not the electrical storm per se, but you could use that as a guise to do a little bit of sabotage, whether it's withholding evidence or covering some kind of tracks or some shit. You like my voice for Kaylee? That's what I figure she sounds like. I think doing. I feel happy just to be alive. Hold on. Third-party vendors are seeing traffic coming from our side. I'm assuming the servers... Wait, are the servers on premise? Or is it in a data center? Like, is it the traffic they're talking about? They're just packets leaving the building's network via the intrabuts? Requests aren't going through all the way on theirs. The requests aren't going through all the way. As in, their end makes a request, but its parts of the requests are not coming through. So if we, on this side, don't see a request, then that would not get sent. What does get sent is fine. I probably am. But this is server stuff. This is important. Fuck. Firewall. No. Intrusion detection system. Shock. Hello, we've got something.
What are you saying?
I don't know. It's like, I'm always around you when the electrical stuff goes crazy.
Yeah, what's up with that?
First it was the lights, not to mention the TVs in the surveillance room earlier. I just don't get it. You're like a human lightning rod or something. I can't see how that's possible though. Can we try something?
Weirder things have happened today. What do you
Take
have
him
in
to
mind?
Ruth.
This can. It's metal, right? Grab
It's
one
coated metal.
while I'm holding the other.
So you think
There's a coating on the
Some kind
can.
of lightning rod? Sure, I'll grab a can. Guess you'll have to come up with some other
No,
theory.
use something that's not coated in a protective
That
layer
would have been kind of cool though.
or an insulation.
Guess it's just random. Maybe it's the room.
Nope,
or
nope,
whatever
nope.
it is, it's just not
You had the right
moving
idea. You
now.
just did a wrong test. Same thing with the tin cans and stuff. Like, yeah, there was always like the whole tin leaches certain metals or lead or whatever the fuck it was into the food, but there's actually a coating to prevent that. If he was to grab this, you're not actually making metal on metal contact. The only part that might have some exposed metal would be like the inner rim of the opening at the top. So, yeah. Okay, nothing on static or pen. Let me just type in can. Damn. Metal. Nope. Test. Nothing. TV. We could try the TV. Nothing. But maybe monitor. Lightning. Nope. Oh, that's one of the old ones. Alright, let's drop that lead for the moment. Yeah, we got one of two options. One is I can try going back to dealing with some of Ruth's stuff. Her walking, or, like, what did you say? Like, the shop stuff. Because, yeah, we had that in my notes to... Other thing I really want to make sure I do is go down the blood type stuff. But if I don't forget about it later, then we can worry about it later. I do want to see more Ruth. She seems like she has a lot of wisdom to spout, and every one of her thumbnails, she looks creepy and possessed. Nah, she looks happy. I don't know about this guy. Does this guy have a mullet? No. No.
My house is just down the road and up the way from Main Street and my shop. Very convenient. You must know it.
No.
This is the Circle's Glow?
Yes, that's my shop.
Oh my god.
Everything I like about our little town. Everyone knows everyone. Some more than others.
It's like that show,
I saw the kids
Cheers.
playing a game in the yard a few days ago when I was coming home. Drinking what looked like inebriates.
Inebriates?
They were in red cups, so I couldn't tell exactly. Friendly. I said good day to them as I walked by. I wish they had used that energy to do some yard work or clean up the yard. Disgraceful state, that house.
Sorry, were
Wait,
these
which
the
house?
victims you saw a few days ago?
Yes, Alana was with them.
How many
Wait,
days would you say that was?
wait, what?
About a week ago. Last weekend.
Okay, you said kids. Just making sure we're on the same page here and establishing a timeline.
When you said that some people know other people in the neighborhood more than others, what do you mean by that?
I see a lot of people come and go. Going about their busy lives, commingling. We're not that old-fashioned out here.
Well, anything we should know about? Anything that would worry us?
No. Nothing to concern yourselves about.
I wonder if the audio, the music is cued based on the video watching, or if it's just like one long track that's going. Because sometimes it's like the video ends and it has that darn, darn, you know, kind of dramatic. I want to see the first half of this one again.
My house is just down the road and up the way from Main Street and my shop. Very convenient. You must
So
know
she's
it.
close
This is the
to where she
Circle's
works.
Glow?
Yes, that's my shop. Another thing I like about our little town. Everyone knows everyone. Some more than others. I saw the kids playing a game in the yard a few days ago when I was coming home. Drinking what looked like when I was coming home.
I saw the kids playing a game in the yard. The yard. The kids playing a game in the yard. Which one? When she was coming home and they were drinking out of red cups.
Drinking what looked like inebriates. They were in red cups, so I couldn't tell exactly. Friendly. I said good day to them as I walked by. I wish they had used that energy to do some yard work or clean up the yard. Disgraceful state, that house.
Sorry, were these the victims you saw a few days ago?
Yes, Alana was with them.
About how many days would you say that was?
About a week
A
ago.
week before.
Last weekend.
Okay, you said kids. Just making sure we're on the same page here and establishing a timeline.
When you said that some people know other people in the neighborhood more than others, what do you mean by that?
I see a lot of people come and go. Going about their
the rest
busy
of this doesn't
lives,
matter.
Commingling. We're not that old-fashioned.
Okay. So, those three people, I guess the four people, they were, I guess, living in that house, right? It wasn't like an abandoned house they were squatting in, or a one-night thing. But she saw them in the yard, the front yard, drinking a week prior. I don't see any signs of any red cup aftermath or anything like that. But I would assume it would have been the same house. That feels like a big clue. And now she just looks all possessed and shit.
Yes, my store is located near the house with the teenagers. Young adults. They got intrigued by my humble store, just like anyone else who visits the town. They asked me to give them the manuscripts with ancient legends and myths of the area, saying they needed it for their schoolwork. Of course, I helped them. They're on the rack near the door. Mass-produced reprints I had printed specially. They look like the usual tourist types, after all.
See how the music just kind of hits instantly? Did you guys hear, like, police sirens? Or was that coming out of my house? It was just wee wee. Can't tell if it's the game or not. The way my speakers work, they project and fill the room basically with sound. You can't tell it apart from noises. So the kids were interested in some kind of myth. Oh. Manuscript. I want to know if she knows anything about their project in some way or assignment. Okay, I guess that's a dead end. Her walking and her dog are two things of interest to me. Walking versus walk? Nope. What about fast? Or I think it typed the side, like the side of the house. What about the cups? The red cups? ICUP? Alright, how about we question her dog thing? Or, before I do that, noise, did you hear? Oh. Sleep? Red herring? Perhaps? Those of you that don't know, a red herring is something that's set up to look like a lead, and it's actually just a trap or a false end. It's designed to set you going the wrong way. Just in case somebody doesn't know. The dog. Because I think the dog thing is going to be a big one. Just because there was a dead dog. She says she has a dog. That's why she was out there. She walks the dog. There's one result. I was hoping more. I was hoping like 20 results. Ken and Barbie. And we saw their dream house. It's like the off-brand one that your parents would buy you. Like, we can't afford name-brand Barbie accessories.
Tell us more about your dog.
Oh, Ken's lovely. A basset hound, like I told you. We've been together forever. He's getting on in years, still has that effervescent youth.
She knows about youth.
I brought a photo, if you'd like to see
No.
it.
Oh. Okay, good. It gave me it. I'm like, that sounds important. Ew. That dog is more skin than dog. I don't think we know what type of dog was killed. I'm hoping I'm just not remembering that wrong, because when he was interviewing Caleb, there was, he's like, "Why'd you kill the dog?" But why is there no other results? Especially not ones that we had with Caleb. I was hoping it would have been more. She said it's a something hound. I don't know shit about animals. That doesn't tell us. A basset hound or something like that. Send in the hounds. Why is there no pregnant Barbie doll? I think I've seen stuff with like failed products, like toys, where it was like pregnant Barbie or maybe some other pregnant type of doll, and obviously that's gonna spark some serious fucking controversy. Now here's my multi-million-dollar idea that I'll pitch to Mattel. E-Thought Barbie. And then optionally you can buy accessories so that they can have like a microphone stand and a pole for dancing and then it's gonna get pulled off the shelves and they're probably gonna get sued by like a lot of pissed off parents. Okay, I don't know if there's anything else to leash. Damn. Alright, so I guess at the moment, I feel like I'm in a dead end with the dog thing. Let us pursue... What else did I have? Oh yeah, the hat thing. Because she's the one that said for sure he was wearing that hat. There's one video. Here we go. She's playing with her hair. She looks disgusted. Like somebody farted. If you look at her right here, like just look at the facial details and the cheekbones, the shadowing rather, and then we go back to the sketch. But if it's dark, maybe it's intentional. I don't know.
Do you own any hats?
That's an odd question.
I own a dunce cap.
I do.
Do you mind if we take a look at them?
No, go right ahead. Not sure how a hat will help you in your investigation.
Hair
Let's get someone
samples.
over there to look at these hats.
Obviously. Wait, what did these... Okay, we've got evidence from that. Because if, let's say there was a hat in question, chances are there's going to be little hairs embedded in there, at which point you can run DNA tests. This hat was retrieved from 223 First Avenue. I thought she lived in 228. I don't know. Too low resolution. So we've got a... Is it for funeral homes? Or like a... Not for funeral. For funerals. I don't know what they call them. Bonnets? Well, maybe not. There's a bee in my bonnet. And I'm pregnant. Oh no! Hair. Dude, any hair samples? Nope. Some occult fan service, perhaps. I mean, she could just be like me and regular attire would probably be more funeral style of stuff, like Adam's Family. That's a model family, if there ever was. Walk fast, Craig Morgan and history. Let's see if we can find anything out of this. So I'll go with history first, and then Morgan and Craig. She would have more history if so. We got something.
Tell us more about the area. Maybe something we're not thinking
Yeah.
about. The neighborhood? The house? Do you happen to see anyone else out on your walk?
What's your blood type?
No. The street is more or less empty of people now. Everyone's away. All but maybe 3 of the houses are empty. But yes, the houses have an interesting history. Well, it's not the houses' histories, per
Just the
se.
people being murdered in them?
The houses in the area are quite average by today's standards and typical of other neighborhoods here. They're small houses, quaint, but do us just fine. The land is important, as you know. Why I talk of values. The neighborhood was built at the turn of the century.
On an old burial ground
The
of
last
Indians?
century. And before that, it was farmlands. Settlers, homesteaders, like I mentioned, came from all across Europe. My grandmother and my father owned that tract of land from the top of the hill, where the neighborhood is now, all around Dangling Rock and right down to the bay past Ascension Point. About 150 years ago, he began selling off parcels there to farmers and others, and eventually then to develop neighborhoods. My house is the last of the original farmhouses, still standing strong. The Morgans and the Bergstroms all still have original houses right on our same street. And although their houses happened to be built a few years later on property my family sold off. My grandfather didn't have much land left by the time he sold the area their houses are now, but most of the land went to the Bergstrom family, who'd already become wealthy because of the timber trade on the peninsula. Such a different time. How
Even they're
families can
bored.
rise and fall from grace. The Bergstroms are all gone now, apart from their daughter, Natalie. Oh, and the Morgans had their daughter, Alana, and relatives across the country, I believe.
You seem quite proud to live where you do.
I feel a certain connection.
Well, she lives close to where she works.
Every place needs a caretaker.
Oh, yes. I am the caretaker.
Oh, yeah.
All the way from Ascension Point on down.
Okay, let me jot some of these down. I think it was called Ascension Point. Points. Ascension Point. And then the names. There was Natalie. Alana. Alana won't be important. That one I don't need to worry about because she was one of the victims. Alana Morgan. She was one of the victims. Natalie is not in this list. And I know it's not the survivor because the survivor was called Heather. Caretaker might be a good one too. Caretaker / Ascension Point. Hey, we got a map of this. Oh my gosh, the resolution on it is fucked. This might be a useless bit of evidence. Like I can't even read the text. Some kind of inlet. Yeah, this does not aid me in my investigation whatsoever. So it is a real town. Because you're in Seattle, so you're pretty damn close. That's where they supposedly sent the knife for a second, better test. Because he said he had some guy, or they had a like really good analyzed lab or something in Seattle. The real town is Port Townsend. Ah. Caretaker. Or well, no. If I know Ruth, caretaker's the wrong word. Because I wouldn't use that word either. We like to call ourselves crypt keepers. Fuck.